The biologically diverse Barataria Bay in Louisiana has become the epicenter of the oil spill. Local fishermen fear that the wildlife and fisheries will be wiped out, threatening the livelihood of all who depend on this already endangered estuary.
After 50-some days into the nation's worst environmental disaster, the disturbing daily images of birds drowning in oil or sea life choked in brown sludge may seem to blur together. But it's those singular stories of isolated impact that bring true scope of the disaster into focus. Take the case of Barataria Bay, just south of New Orleans, a longtime haven for migratory birds, fish, and various living organisms.
It all starts in Barataria Bay when the trout spawn, the redfish spawn. That's where it all begins.
Mike Hilmer is one of many fishermen who have made a living off fish in Barataria Bay. This biologically diverse estuary is miles of marshes, beaches, and fishing grounds. Now the oil is slowly oozing in. So far, only the outer edges of the bay have been the most affected.
I'm just praying that it doesn't advance any farther and damage any more islands and wildlife than it already has.
But Barataria has a deeper story than just the oil spill. This estuary has been the focus of restoration efforts for 20 years. Since the 1950s, the bay has been losing land, threatening the wildlife and fisheries. Millions of dollars are being poured in from federal and state projects to help restore marshland and land bridges. But with the estimate of oil spilled rising and possibly coming toward Barataria Bay, no one can predict how the oil will affect restoration efforts and the livelihood of fisheries.
We fishermen, that's all. That's my only source of income. And honestly, I don't want to get in the oil cleanup business if I don't have to.
And what happens in this one stretch of water could affect the fishing industry overall.
Barataria Bay is a large estuary, one of the richest estuaries in terms of producing fisheries for the entire United States.
Ecologists say that it's not clear if the oil will be lethal to the marshlands and kill off all that's there. But locals already see the downside.
The area we're in right now this is some of the best fishing in the whole region, and the oil's coming in just wave after wave. It's hard to stomach. It really is.
For now, nobody knows exactly what the effects will be as those in Barataria Bay hold their breath. Diane Kepley, The Associated Press.
Spirit Airlines is canceling all of its flights through Tuesday, stranding thousands more passengers as a pilot strike continues in its third day.
From New York City's LaGuardia Airport to Las Vegas' McCarran, passengers remain stranded as a Spirit Airlines pilot strike enters its third day. The discount carrier said on its website Sunday that all flights have been canceled through Tuesday. 440 pilots walked off the job Saturday amid an ongoing contract dispute. They say their pay lags behind competitors such as AirTran and JetBlue.
The pilot union has been in negotiations with the company for approximately 4 years now. We've done everything we can to stave this off.
But for passengers, the reasons don't matter. All they know is that they're stuck, and their delays have no end in sight. The airline has offered all affected passengers a refund plus a $100 credit.
All Spirit will refund is part of the return trip, which is almost nothing, So we're going to lose a lot of money.
For me, it's unfair for me, for the passengers, because we agree with that amount they ask them, because now the economy is, in bad shape.
Spirit carries nearly 17,000 passengers every day, with most of their flights between the eastern U.S. and the Caribbean. The company says it's offered pilots a 29% pay raise over the next 5 years, but pilots would have to fly more to make that money. The last strike at a major carrier was in 2005 when Northwest mechanics walked off the job. The strike failed after Northwest replaced them. There are no negotiations scheduled between Spirit pilots and management. Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.